Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Dr. Ijaz Ahmed Tatlah with class MPhil Education Leadership and Policies, and the course is Performance Evaluation of the Educational Personnel. Today we have to discuss the role and responsibilities of a teacher. For this purpose, I was surfing and I borrowed a PowerPoint presentation from Boston International School, Chennai. It is very much relevant and up to mark, so I decided to share that with you. Let's discuss what is the role of teacher. The role of teacher are the various responsibilities and activities in which teachers are engaged around the school, within the classroom, and other than classroom. Different activities, ongoing activities, and different responsibilities a teacher has to cope with. A teacher is engaged there are the roles of a teacher. The teacher as educator must take into account students' learning styles, abilities, and responsibilities and personalities. These three components are more so the three major things. Number one, learning style, abilities among the students, and their personalities are being looked after by the teachers. So it's the major role of teacher to look after that and have concentration on these three components. As far as responsibilities of a teacher are concerned, it is to present an ethical, responsible, and professional attitude in all contact with school staff, students, parents, and carers. Ethical. Ethical itself has its own definition and some volume and parameters. What things are, it depends on the customs, culture, religion, ethnographic status of the institution. Responsible and professional attitude. Professional attitude is concerned with the, you may say, काम से काम रखना. Have to perform things and links and work professionally. Not to tease or cheat to any student and any parent, any staff, and any carers, and not to do undue favor to all of these people. So teacher have to deal with professionally, have to maintain his professional attitude by all means with all these people. What, when, and how? Kis tarah, how teacher can uh, uh, play his or her role promptly, and how he can uh, perform his responsibilities with sincerity. Number one, he or she should take in mind what are the important aspects of a teaching job. Many of the jobs, many of the uh, activities other than teaching might have some casual schedule, casual performance, casual uh, attitude, but the aspects, important aspects of this, the teaching job are different from many of the other jobs because teacher is playing with the mind, with the heart, with soul of students, and his impact on the lives of the student, on the repute of the institution, class, and among the society and the parents is vital. So he or she has to pay attention and uh, carry on with the core responsibilities. Who is an effective teacher? For an effective teacher, the unanimous decision of people or point of view of the people is that the teacher who have effect on the learning of the students, if the students of a certain teacher, of a particular teacher, positively enhance their capacity, then it is known as the teacher is effective teacher. What are the boundaries of a teacher? No doubt, honestly speaking, being humble, teacher is father, teacher is leader, teacher is uh, senior, and have many of its his responsibility. So teacher has to serve with the limitation within the boundaries, and it's very necessary for him when he should be empathetic and sympathetic. There is a difference between empathy and sympathy. How to apply discipline promptly and fairly, following the rules and of the school, because not only learning and teaching process is carried out, even teacher is supposed to maintain discipline fairly and promptly in class, in institution. It has an impact on the students' learning and is a part and parcel of teaching learning process. How maintaining records help in teaching and learning processes. Moreover, maintaining students' record, their portfolios, their reports, their mm, achievements, and their likeness to be recorded and shared with the authorities, with the parents, and to look into it for supporting them and enhancing their capacity. All this have impact. So this all has to do with the teacher by himself. Important aspects of a teaching job. This is the answer of the first question. Striving to help every student reach his her potential, so he she may grow up to become a productive member of society is one of the most important aspect of the job. It's the teacher who should work with the students to encourage an inquisitive mind and make learning as interesting and fun as possible. Because all the time boring teachers are not acceptable to the students. So the teachers have to um, make feasible for the students interesting learning and also fun with them. To be an effective educator we must create lessons that are accessible to every student in the classroom. So this is the important aspect of teaching job. Who is an effective teacher? To answer this question, we can see diagram below. There are the 5 components to become an effective teacher. For example, critically reflective teacher. Members of learning committees, like different associations and committees where their different uh, activities are ongoing towards learning, teacher should be the member of those committees. Responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. So to become an effective teacher, it's necessary for teacher to manage and monitor students' learning and have uh, whole view on it, resultantly convey the students and their positive and negative aspects of learning to improve that. Teacher should be knowledgeable of subjects and how to teach them. Uh, Jack of all trades and master of none is not meant for teachers. Teachers have depth knowledge, depth understanding, and sufficient uh, techniques with them to teach some certain subjects. So they have to do the only that, or have to become the knowledgeable of the relevant subjects. Committed to students and their learning. Ultimate product of the student teacher is student. So this product can only be market oriented and of quality if he is committed towards the students. Boundaries of a teacher. There are many of the boundaries of the teachers. For example, boundaries are about knowing where your role as a teacher stops. Not all the time the teacher is teacher. Some of the places teacher is no more the teacher with the students. Try not to get personally involved with your learners. Always remain professional and act with integrity and impartiality. Undue favor dena, or to have some undue sympathies is not uh, professional. Always keep your conversations on a professional level. This means completely refrain from profanity, suggestive humor, and overly personal discussions with students. If you become aware that one of your student has a problem, refer him or to school counselor who is trained to handle difficult situations and make reports to agencies when necessary. You must also set financial boundaries. It is inappropriate to accept gifts from parents or students that are significantly more lavish than gifts from other students in the class. You should always act professionally and never let any personal issues affect you. If you are ever in doubt about the boundaries of your role, always ask someone else in the organization. Never feel you have to do everything yourself in case further problems occur. So, within the limits, the teacher have to perform. Where his role is not appropriate, he should refrain from that and forward the case to the relevant one to avoid any further problems. Being empathic. Empathy is simply recognizing emotions in others and being able to put yourself in other person's shoes. To start using empathy, more effectively, consider the following. Put aside your viewpoint and try to see things from the other person's point of view. Uh, it's about to read the feelings of others and think accordingly and according to their point of view to perform. Validate the other person's perspective. Examine your attitude. Listen to the entire message that the other person is trying to communicate. So all these 3 4 points make empathy. Applying discipline promptly and fairly. Teachers should attempt to resolve differences and problems where possible and when necessary to apply discipline promptly and fairly, following the rules of the school. So it's very necessary to follow the rules and act or perform accordingly. Every student should be treated equally regarding rules with no partiality shown. Whether it's a top student who has forgotten homework or one who rarely does homework at all, the same rules apply to both. Teachers should show compassion and apply discipline in ways that uphold students' dignity by maintaining their own integrity to give them the lessons of dignity and keep in mind to maintain their dignity as well. Maintaining records. Ensure assessment register and learner profiles are up to date. Observe and document skills, check results, individual learning plan, learning support referrals, learner agreement, learning styles, checks, copies, examination results, entry requirements, pre-course written task, report from initial interview, learner profile. So all these records prevailing in the school as per rules according to the student from his entrance to leave should be maintained and kept updated for help of the student and to support the institution's vision and mission and for observation of the teachers because it might happen teachers might be transferred from one place to another or from section uh, from one to other if these records will support the newcoming teacher newcomer will uh, it will be easy for him to understand about the students attitude and working style their learning um, attitude and their uh, achievements their progress so and so so it help always the students to be updated record of work records pictures how the teacher has planned to complete each subject based on the number of lessons it will be necessary for uh, evaluation time when the teachers are being evaluated by the higher authorities. So it will be easy for them to go through the record to know about the performance of students and teachers as well. It helps the authorities to know what is being taught in school and shows how and when work is done. Records must be maintained not only to support the teaching and learning process, but to satisfy auditors. There is academic audit as well. So to satisfy the academic auditors, it's very helpful. Records are helpful. Basically, academic auditors do what do is uh, look into the timetable and schedule and see the things has been done accordingly, and whatever the schedule teacher uh, made, uh, are the teachers are following the school parameters, and are both are in align with each other towards the achievement of the goals. Likewise, inspectors, regulators, verifiers, internal and external quality assures, and your own organization requirement. So you can see multiple number of authorities and bodies are there to uh, evaluate or regulate. So it's very necessary for them to go through the records. If the records are available, they can do their job easily. Conclusion: a teacher is a role model influencing every facet of the student's growth and developing their innate potentials, in addition to being a motivator and guide. I would like to refer some examples. You might also have seen that a small kids in the earlier classes, preliminary classes, always follow their teachers, their teaching style, their talking style, their wearing, their gadgets being used by them. I do remember in a very earlier class, in class 1 or KG, a teacher in the class taught the students writing vowels. I don't know why she started the vowel from E I O U A. She wrote A in the end, whereas she had to write A I O U. So homework was given to the students to write them 12 times from the home. I was uh, thinking that what my daughter is doing when I saw she is writing 12 times E I O U A. I asked for to start from A. A is the alphabet to be written in the start, but she don't accept it by appeal. She said, my teacher has told me to write this, so I have to write this. Likewise, you are not advising right way. My teacher is right. So we know the teachers are role model. If they give some wrong gesture, that is painted in the minds of the students. So as a teacher, we are responsible for this also. So we have to do the things right in right time in right place. Besides, the teacher of today is also responsible to enable and empower the learner to emerge as a competent youth ready to take on challenges of the rapidly changing world. Hence, it is imperative that the teacher continuously upgrades his her knowledge and methodology in order to enhance the quality of teaching. If the quality of teaching is good and the commitment of teachers is high, the standard of institution is bound to rise. That is the ultimate goal of an institution, of a class, for the students. So we have successfully completed the second unit today. In next class, we will be discussing the third unit from our course outline. If you do have any query, any question, any comment, you may write on Google Classroom chat. I will respond. But do remember, not later after listening this lesson a day. Never use the never wait. I was asking, never wait for the last moment to comment, to ask. Whenever you need, you may write there. You will have response of that. Okay,